Alarm goes off at 4:45. Roll out of bed, rub the sleep from my eyes. Throw on a shirt and some jeans.
Hi, welcome back to Tanky's Playtime, Tanky Playtime Central, the Tinker channel. So, today's mission is going to be our little beastie, obviously. So what we've got to do, we've got to completely remake that front axle. Well, I say completely remake, we've got to do some work on it before I can get it anywhere near that tractor. We've got to make the rails. That's going to be a fair bit of work just in itself, but once that's done, and then we can sit it all on its front wheels and hopefully make it movable and take it out then and sweep up properly and get a good clean round then. And don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that bell button. So first of all, let's get that axle away, let's get it propped up, let's get it so I can alter it. I've got to alter the steering rods because the sump's in the way. I've also got to alter the cross beam, that keeps it all square. I need to bring that round to the front. So let's get that made, and we can make the rails, get it sat on its own, make it nice and strong and go for it. So let's go, see you in a sec. Right, so I've stripped, I should have videoed it, stripped the axle. That was an absolute nightmare. The bolts that hold the fork in, that keeps the axle, stop it pivoting, they're seized in. I managed to get one free, but the other one I've just had to cut the pin just to try and get the fork off. But actually I had to cut the fork, so I'll have to re-weld that when I get to it. So it's a pain in the arse, but we'll do that. The other thing I've done is strip the steering bar off. And so I've been having a little play with it. Just cut a bit of steel, had a look, and this is what I've got. So basically I've just made this little frame up. That will sit lower than the sump. So I'm going to weld that up now. Well, I say that, I'm probably going to tack it. No, I'm going to weld that up now, and then I'll clean that, weld up, and then that's that steering rod made, and then I can then think about making the chassis rails and doing that. So let's get this welded up. I'll set the camera up in a minute. And there we are. We have, apart from cutting out now, cut that centre out. I don't know how far these run in, so we'll have to watch out for that. We're obviously going to have to chop them down a bit, but that now is a steering joint. So let's chop it and let's get it set up to chop and chop it. I thought it was going to be, but what I'm going to do is when I want to extend the track out, I'm just going to get a load of these and just have them all different sized so it'll extend. But I'm actually quite surprised that they're all coming out free, so that is a surprise. Woo! Hot though. Clean that up, make that look pretty now. So there we have it. We have one steering rod. And then what I'm going to do, if I ever want to extend the track out, I'm going to buy a load of these, have them all different sizes, so I can just slip them in the size that I want to set the track out. But there we are. That should be lovely. So let's get that fitted onto that axle and then we can test it then. So, right, catch you in a mo. So this is what I plan to do next. So I've got some angle, another piece of angle, and a bit of 4-inch C-section. And I've gone 4-inch because the other one's about 4 and, call it 5-inch. But at least if it's like that, I can get a bead of weld along there. So what I'm going to do, take those two out of the way for a second. Take that out of the way. I've already marked it up. I'm going to cut it in the centre. Okay. Put those between it, either side, and then that bit on top, and that was going to be my strong plate then. And yeah, so right, let's get on with it. Right, that's it enough. So then we'll slip that one that way, that out of the way, slip that one that way. In fact, we'll probably put it upside down first. So put it that way, put it that way, like so. The bench is pretty flat, so that's good. We'll get our angles. We're going to slip them in, like so, once we clean them up first. And then weld those into there. Weld that one into there, weld that one into there, and that one into there. For some reason I've got two different lengths, but we can clean that up. So yeah, and then we'll put the thing on the other end then as well. So we'll have to make sure this is all perfectly square as well and flat. So yeah, let's do that. Let me clean these up first though. Using a bench, nice square bench to use. So I'm going to tack that now in place, and then I'll put it the other side, tack that other one in, and everything should be nice and square, we hope. I got to do is pencil mark. I got to slice a piece out of here so that it just sits tight. But that's no hardship. Let's get that done now in a minute. Right, now that first one's done, let's do the important thing. Let's get a bloody cup of tea on. Banging. Needed. Right, let's get this cooled off. I need to fit it to the tractor. I need to work out where my engine mount's going to be, because I've got to put an engine mount in front, and that will really hold it square. The other thing I've got to do is probably do a little bit of a cutout for the oil filter housing. This side's going to be the easier side of the two to do, because the other one's got a start motor in the way, and it's just, I've got to do a lot of playing with that one. So, but yeah, let's get this cool down and fit it to the tractor. I'll have a cup of tea first. Let's have a cup of tea. Tinker Time's all about a cup of tea. Don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that bloody bell button. Yeah, let's get this fitted to the tractor. Right, so what we've got, just fitted it up there, just to have a look. So as you can see, it's fouling the oil filter. So, and it's also fouling that pipe. Now that pipe is a oil cooler pipe. But what we'll have to do, so I'm going to do is I'm going to like put a little angle niche in, go in a straight line, angle niche out again, and that will just like little angle out again, probably halfway through I reckon. It doesn't need a lot to get it there. So then that will clear all that. And then in here, let's see if I can make this better. You can see there's an engine mount here. I need to obviously mount it so I can, or make a mount up so I can weld it into the back of that. And that will keep that strong. And then what I'm probably going to do then also is from here somewhere, probably down on this bolt here, I'll maybe make a little plate to go on the front here, maybe make like a crossbar that runs both up here, so it goes to there, and it will stop it from, you know, jigging around like that, and it should keep me from having cam failure. But I think, to be honest with you, for a first step, I think that's looking pretty good and works really well. So congratulations me. Let's mark this up, niche this out, and see if I can get this to fit in there nice. So there we are, bit of playing. Didn't record it because I didn't see much point. Right, niched out here so that sits in. Niched out for that bit of pipe. Niched out for that filter housing. And also had to niche out under there as well for that pipe. So that rail is now solid where it needs to be. Sticking out, everything lovely. So I need to make the other rail up now. And I'm going to decide what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt the axle in so it's all everything sat as it should. And then in here, there is engine mount on the side here. I'm going to, inside this frame, I need to make an engine mount here, and this will keep this all solid and hopefully keep that engine in there square. So yeah, we'll maybe have a go at the second one now, see what we got. Right, so what I want is 56 and 7/8 to be the same, and we are 56 and 3/4, so I'm an 1/8 inch out. So if I move up an 1/8 inch, like so, move out a 1/16, and then hopefully the weld doesn't pull it too tight together. At least then I could probably put a bit of fill into it then as well. We've got a straight edge on it again, so we're all good. Just double check it because I just knocked it. Whoopsie. Double check that again. Yes, we're in tolerance now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tack this side. Now this is going to be a little bit more intricate, this one, because I've got a starter motor in the way. So I need to put this one in, but need to cut it and do like a little bit of a angle in. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. Unless I do like I've got a bit offcut here. I don't know what the angle, so we'll have a look in a second. So that's square, that's square, that's square. Let's tack this. So he is running a touch close out, but he's free of it, so that's good. That worked for me. So now we need to get that top piece on, and then obviously, saying that does look to be opening out a little bit, or am I just me? It might be just me. Okay. Maybe time I get that axle in as well. Yeah, I think we should be good. Let's get it back to the bench and let's get that top plate put on, and I'm going to have to cut out obviously for the starter motor to sit in, but if I get that in the right place, and then I'll just have to cut it as what suits really, so probably ain't going to be a lot left of it, but let's see what we'll do. Right, so that's the second rail made. I still need a bit more work to put into that second rail, because obviously when I start it needs a bit more strength putting in, where it's cut out for the starter motor. But what I think I might do, as they're now in and fitting, is I might bolt the axle in temporarily, and it gives me, that means that bit's mocked up then, and I can then work out all the mountings. I can cut all the, what I'll do is I'll cut it all the metal I need, get it all prepped, tack it in position, and then I can take each rail off, do the final weld, clean it all up, paint it, put the rails on, bolt the axle in fully. So that's the next plan really. The other thing we could do, I got a really good idea what we could do. The other thing we could do, we could hit the like and subscribe button. Of course we can. And don't forget as well, smash that light, not light bulb, what is it? It's a bloody bell, isn't it? So smash that bell. Other thing to do, if you're bored this afternoon, why don't you check out Reva Racing as well on his build. It is happening, it just everyone's busy at the minute, so he's gonna be a bit slow on videos, but he is flat out at the minute, so I might even do a little bit for him and just get that done for him, and then hopefully by the time he finishes what he's doing, and then he can come and carry on with it. So yeah, let's get this axle in and see what we can do. So I nearly got it in, but I'm going to have to cut that knob off a crank. I don't need it anyway, and it's in the way, so off it comes. So that's a couple of bolts caught. an axle is in and supported. So that's good news, but I see an issue already. So if you, I don't know if you can see that, it's not square, and I can see why it's not square. It's still catching here, just on that oil filter, annoyingly. So I just need to take a bit more of that out, and it should now then go square again. So that's all right. And I can still service that oil filter anyway, so it's all good. It's gonna look bloody awesome when it's done. It's gonna look absolutely awesome. So we're getting closer now. Yeah, you can see that's too high anyway. So yeah, we're definitely getting closer. And let's have a look, as it's on pivoting, let's have a look at the steering. Let's see if it fouls. Oh. So see, open up, it's good, that's full steering that way, but I'll tell you what else is fouling. My rod fouls here, so we might have to, I mean we've got to lengthen this anyway, it's alright when it's there, but when you go and lock it that way, as you can see, it's fouling and stopping me from actually turning, let's do that, yeah, stops me from actually turn the steering. So we just need to arc a little bit of that out. Not the end of the world, but at least we know when we turn the steering full. I mean, I could have probably left some more on that, but that's fine. That works a treat, so I'm happy. Right, day 2, and we're going to alter. I worked out these brackets we had, was on the back of the gearbox, well, on the back of the bellows in. I can use that 2 ways. So I can use one side of it for where the back of the bell housing still is, and I can use the other one, holes are all in the right place, for the front mount of the engine. So I'm going to trim them up a minute, and I think what we're going to do is tonight we're going to get one rail finished, and I think that'd be great then. Right, so off camera I've been doing a little bit of tinkering, and I've found a good way of doing it. So what we got, obviously we extended the rails you saw, but obviously we had a weak spot right there, didn't we? So, bit of angle. It's in there, welded and welded. That strengthened that up, and then what I also did was make a plate on there so I could bolt it to the rear. So that stops that flex, and everything, just a bit extra strength. We put some brackets on there. But I think that's gone very well. So again, underneath, we got our engine mount come across here. Doing that, and that's our engine mount and in. So that's engine mounted in, and I say obviously we had to cut out for said filler. So as you can see, but that's gone well. So I mean, and we gave it a bit of paint, a bit of primer and a bit of paint. So it's starting to take shape. We're gonna need to start doing this one now, really. So that one's all tacked in place and mocked up. So I've tacked that in place, ready for welding. Tacked, I don't know if you can see that, get in there. Again, tacked it all in there, engine mount, that's in. So just took the rail off. We're going to quickly weld that up, refit it, paint it, refit it, and that's that. So let's get this welded. have it. Right, so that is ready for painting, really. Apart from I want to put a little bit of steel in there, and I need to cut that ledge off. So that ledge? Yes, that ledge. I need to cut that off to clear the steering. So we'll get that done in a minute. I've caught a couple of bolts on it. It's hung, but I got another little job before I do this all up and tight. I'm going to leave out on slack. I want to slide the tombstone inside that that section, change the front pulley, and then I can put all that back and tighten it all up. So let's do that. Cool. Some dickhead. Typically, someone forgot to press record. But what I have done is change that pulley. We're taking this pulley off because it's only a twin. And we put that pulley on. So then I've got the twin to run the fan and the alternator. And then I've got another set of pulleys I can run the power steering belt with. So that's good. We can work with that. So, and just slid that in. So right, I can get this rail bolted in now. Get this rail bolted in now. We'll get the last bit of paint on it. And let's put it back on its wheels. Exciting stuff. Let's go. So that bit's now painted. I was just throwing the nose cone on quickly as well. The camera bloody died typically, but put some charge in it. So I put the nose cone on, and it's that exciting time now. What I'm going to do is just pull some stuff out from behind the wheels, and I think it's time it's sat on its own wheels again. So let's go. A minute, we'll have a tidy up in a minute, but that's it. It is on its wheels. So that's brilliant. we'll get tidied up, get all the stuff around. We might even just roll it out, get it completely swept up in here, and then roll it back in. And then, yeah, that's fantastic news. I think it's just one little finishing touch I need to do for this video, just to make it a little bit happier. Yeah, I think that's a good little finisher for the video. That will finish this video off lovely, I reckon. I'm happy the way this has gone. It's beautiful. So, alright. So, that's it for this part. Part 4. Just want to say thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope it's been helpful as well. And I say we are going to do lots of other series of different bits and pieces. So it's not all going to be tractors, it's going to be motorbikes, there's going to be all sorts. So, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see all that. And we'll just do it in seasons. I think the next stage we want to do is get that running, I reckon. So I'll get some bits in, and let's go for the next part. I think we'll let's hear this beastie run. So thank you very much from me at Tanky's Playtime. I'll see you again soon. Good night. Sleep well. Oh, don't forget to smash that like button. Smash it right off. You can see I'm at the workshop getting my projects done. Go on, go and get your projects done. So I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Cheers out. Bye.
Alarm goes off at 4:45. Roll out of bed, rub the sleep from my eyes. Throw on a shirt and some jeans.